Hello, I'm live. Happy Sunday to you, and thanks for joining me here today. For those that are going to catch it on replay, I always like to say thank you for stopping by. So, this is a Sunday reflection from church. Like, there was something that was preached today that really stuck, and it had to do with the fact that we probably have doors open for us, right? God has already done all that He knows or He should do for us. So we are the ones who now have to position ourselves to receive. If we do not receive, guess what? Whatever God has for us is not going to come into effect. Wow, that's so powerful. That means if God has done all that He has to do, it's up to us to then walk in it. So, what does this really mean? I mean, like, it really hit me hard. I had to write that down the moment I heard that because I had a resonate, like, it resonated so much with me, right? Not just for the sake of sharing here today, but even in my own life. Like me going back to see what are those things that I've actually prayed for, and am I really walking in it, right? Am I really walking in the reality of what I know that I've prayed for, the answers that I've prayed for. And I know that that's not just something for me. That also goes for many people out there, right? You see people praying for change. You're praying for more income. You're praying for, time with your family. You want to break out of the cycle, the struggles of life for some people. It may not necessarily be struggle, but maybe you wish for something better. But here's the truth. If God has answered that, now the question should be, have you seen the opportunities? Have you positioned yourself rightly, right? To be able to receive those things. The problem is not the door is closed. The door is not closed. The problem is that we are not walking in it. we're not walking in it. And I think that's the reason why I thought to do this today, right? So think about it this way. Imagine that you're standing in front of a door. Maybe God has already given you an instruction or whatever, right? And you're asking God to open the door. Well, He's done it already, right? You have to be the one to do something about it. That's the same way every opportunity looks like. It may not always be loud, it may not always be glamorous, it may not always look like easy. Let me use that word, because sometimes we feel like, oh, this thing is too difficult, but maybe that's where lies the opportunity that leads to your success, right? So it may not always come in the package that you expect that it comes, but that could actually be your answer. So your own assignment, your own responsibility, I would say, will be to look beyond the ordinary, right? And start to see opportunities, start to research. Let me use the word research, like explore. Yeah, the better word is explore. Start to explore, because the opportunities definitely and almost always will come disguised, right? It could be in form of people, it could be in form of businesses, it could be in form of anything, depending on what you are praying for, right? So it may not look perfect, is what I'm trying to say. It may not look easy, right? It may not even come with something that looks like guarantees, but that's the beauty of life. Life is an adventure, right? If you had it all figured out, well, then what's the fun? What's the excitement? Where is the testimony going to lie? If you everything was all perfect and laid out, right? So this comes for you to have a rethink today, just the same way that I had a rethink for so many things today, right? They come as a chance. As That's why it's called an opportunity. And it's a chance for you to learn, to grow, and to step into something new. Something that is new means you don't know it before, but you're taking a chance on yourself. So, are you going to say yes to the chances and the opportunities that God has brought your way, which may be disguised in the answers that you have prayed for, right? Those could be the things that will change your life. But I know that many times, me myself, I've experienced it so many times before, right? And I know for so many people also, is the fear of probably failing, right? But I don't know why failure has become something that people are scared of, because failure is just an event. It's just like a time, it's an event in time, right? It passes as long as you skip over, learn from it, and move on, because you're not going to go back to that failure route again, right? So for me, that's progress. When you fail, you've actually made progress, right? You've made progress to understand, okay, this doesn't work, then what should work next? After all, they always said it that Albert Einstein, he failed, was it not 100 times or whatever at the light bulb before he eventually made it, right? So that should also be your mindset, right? Because that's also my mindset as I continue to evolve and change as a person. Like, I do not see failure anymore as something that is like the end of something, right? I see it as a chance to grow and learn and do something better. So the question is, what if you do not try? What if that was the key to your answer? So don't be scared of failing. Instead, be scared of staying still. Be scared of not doing anything. Okay. Be scared of remaining in your comfort zone, because where you rather feel safe is even a greater risk. The greatest risk, as I've heard before, they say it like, is not taking risk at all, right? So don't remain in your comfort zone, because that's another reason why people stay stuck. They're probably not being prudent in thinking about the future, but being convenient and relying on what is, okay now, right? Without stretching themselves to go beyond. And also, another thing that I know keeps people stuck is when you're waiting for the perfect moment. Something that comes to mind is me as a person, right? Whenever I knew that I needed a change in my career, let me call it level, right? Because when you work in the IT industry, I think it's a flexible industry where you can actually move from one company to another if you decide to. Some people stay longer, but I have stayed in companies where I worked 5 years plus and all of that, right? But at the point where I decided I wanted to move, it was because within me, I knew for myself that there was a change I needed to make. It's not God that said, no, it was me that prayed for a change. And then I started to seek out that change. So if on a job I can actually seek out change, right? I'm seeking out that change to move to my next level, because I know that the next job I'm going to get, the pay is definitely going to be higher. The responsibilities are going to be more. The challenges, everything is going to be at a different dimension, right? Then how about you, right? How about you when you know that, okay, it's time to build a business on the side. It's time to do, maybe take that course, right? It's time to do this or do that. And you're praying without maybe getting the nudge to move on, then probably something is wrong. So don't wait for the perfect time for anything. Let the perfect time be as long as you have that nudge within you that it is time. That is always the perfect time. For me, it has always proven to be the perfect time, because whenever I used to say then I'm moving to my next position, I start to apply for that job. I'm definitely getting it, right? Because that for me has always been the way my perfect time always works. So another thing that I want to talk about is when people doubt, right? You have doubt. You're not sure, right? The Bible says faith without works is dead. And it says without faith, you cannot please God. So if you cannot please God, you're not showing, if you're not showing God how big your, not just your dream, but how big your, what you're yearning for is, then it's more like you're not really ready to make that bold move. So don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt when you see opportunities that look like what it is. You have to take that step to find out more, to explore, and to, begin to see the changes that you desire before you make your decision. So whatever changes that you need, what changes everything is when you realize that you pray, you have the nudge, and you take action, because God is always going to open doors. He's not holding anything back from us. Prayer just positions you, but your prayer will prepare you, position you, and prepare you. But it is you who's going to take the action. Like I said, He's not holding anything back from us. He has blessed us with so much. Every day we wake up, every day we do the things that we need to do. We're seeing progress, right? Things are moving. And that in itself is a blessing. He has made the whole world so beautiful, for us to enjoy. So, my call to you today is think about it. Don't keep praying for something without actually making that next move. Because the nod you get is God saying to you, you need to, look at whatever it is. So when you see opportunities, don't wait forever. Don't wait forever. There was a quote I saw from a millionaire lady, right? She was saying something like how she knows successful people is they're willing to take action quickly, not like without analyzing and whatever. But they're not the people who are going to procrastinate. They're not the ones who are going to drag feet. They're not the ones who are going to overanalyze things because it leads to, and they will call it analysis paralysis, right? So whatever you need to do, get on it. Get on it, because God has already provided everything for you to succeed. And there's this scripture I love so much. It says, God is within her. She shall not fail. For me, that's my anchor, right? That whatever it is I do not and will never, never fail, right? As long as I keep doing it, I keep going back to God to ask for clarity, for refinement, right? Regardless, then it's like me making progress and walking that path. Because for every of those steps of maybe times that I struggled, or I don't want to call it failed, but those are learning for me that I could even use to help somebody else who's going to come after, right? So remember, faith without works is dead. So put your faith to work today and let God bless everything that you do. It's already the last week in August. This has been an awesome month. I thank the Lord. But we have 4 more months. What are you going to do with the remaining 4 months of this year? Is it going to still be the same thing as the last 8 months? Or are you going to do things differently, right? Starting from September. This is a call to you to take action. Okay? I hope this has blessed somebody here today. God bless you. I'll see you during the week. Cheers.